We just saw a hell of a game against the Blazers. We were down 9, baby. 9 with 10 minutes left. And then from there, we went on a 35-11 or 35-17 run. What happened? Coach called timeout, put Shai back in the game. Game over, baby.
Well, and it goes back to understanding what's happening on the floor and recognizing what we needed out there. Shai played 39 minutes. Usually he plays 34, 36 minutes. But that 3 extra minutes is really the key of what the victory was. He shot 18 for 19 from the free throw line, consistently got to the free throw line, showed why he deserves to be getting those calls. It was just a beautiful game from Shai. I think we shot 35 free throws, so he shot all but 16 free throws. I think I did the math right on that one. Unbelievable job by Shai for the 44 points, 7 assists to go along with that. Just an unbelievable job. 2 steals, 1 block, and it goes back to show you why we believe that Shai should have been a starter this year is because he's not just an offensive player. He's not. He does all the little things and plays defense so hard and so well. To me, we're looking at one of the top 5 guards in the league, hands down. Top, if you're saying a defender and offensive guard, there's no better offensive and defensive guard, two-way guard than Shai in this league right now. He is truly putting some unbelievable numbers up, and his defense, guys, is the next level. Like Damian Lillard, any of these guys that are having to play against him, they don't like it. And the reason is he's 6'6" with 7-foot wingspan.
Yeah, man, he can defend. He can get the wings. He gets the steals. He gets out and runs. So many good things happen when we're defending, and we really get locked in on that fourth quarter. There's a point in the fourth where we went on a 16-2 run, and that pretty much sealed up the game there. Giddey was a big part of that.
Beautiful.
He was able to knock down a 3 and then do a really weird but awesome Dirk-style runner, because it was weird because it was more of a Giddey-style runner because he got to his spot. But then once he got to his spot, he went into the Dirk mode where he faded away and went one leg. It was crazy, bro. That was so money. It was such a big part of us getting back in the game and then taking over the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But let's just talk about who the difference maker, in my opinion, was in this game. Was the person coming off a bench. He has missed 6 games, and he came out, even though coming off the bench, and he's used to being a starter, came out and just dominated. 20 minutes, 18 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 3 for 5 on free throws, 3 for 3 on 3-pointers, and 6 for 6 from the field goal. He dominated, guys, and it shows you exactly why we've been missing him so much. Lu Dort was the difference maker last night for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to come into the game. I didn't even know he was suiting up, really. I wasn't really paying that close attention, and all of a sudden,
I wasn't either.
Not starting, comes in, and man, he played some great defense, but he scored the ball. He was shooting the ball really confidently. So great game from Dort. Great to have him back. I feel like this is a huge deal because his defense is incredible, but his offense is coming along too. So we know that about him. But how about JDUB? That dunk, bro. Not just that, but all game. I mean, he had, another 3 steals this game. He was out there just doing everything he needed to. But that dunk was, he got hammered, man. They called it a flagrant foul. He got smacked against the head. So, but he went up looking like Kobe/Bruce Lee. Like, it was exactly who he wants to embody. He has a tattoo of both of those guys on his legs. And as he was laying there, I was just like, they would be proud of him in this moment.
And let's just be honest. Let's give him credit. That fourth quarter taking over was truly spectacular. He did some amazing things. His defense was on point in that fourth quarter. But I want to go back to the play. I think it was the second quarter mark. I'm not too sure what quarter it was, where JDUB went down the lane, and it looked like to me he was going for a dunk, and Jeremy Grant came out of nowhere and blocked it. At that point, we saw an aggression out of JDUB that I haven't seen in a while. Every single time he went down that lane to dunk it, he threw it down extra hard. He recognized the mistake that he made. He upped his game, and he stepped up a level. And we saw it really come through in the fourth quarter. I think he got 2 of his steals in that fourth quarter. He had 13 points. I think 8 of them were in that fourth quarter. He had 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 offensive, 5 for 5 on free throws, and just all over the floor everywhere. It was really great to see. I want to give a huge shout out to Josh Giddey right now, man.
Yeah, dude.
The way that he's able to see, and the way he's able to see the back door, man.
Oh yeah.
Josh Giddey's backdoor pass is so elite. I do not know if there's another guard in the league that is able to recognize when to pass the ball backdoor. Whether it's Kenny Hustle, whether it's JDUB, whether it's Aaron Wiggins, it doesn't matter. He catches a glimpse of a uniform going backdoor. He passes it in such an elite level. And the impact that's had on JWlll is so beyond anything I've ever seen ever. Because he is teaching JWlll how to make those backdoor passes as well. And it's an influence from Josh Giddey that I just have to sit back and I have to give just a huge shout out and a standing ovation to Josh for being able to teach this to the other guys, because we're seeing one of the maybe the best backdoor offenses in the league. And I love saying backdoor so many times.
Yeah, dude. And you're right, though. But one of the things we talk about a lot is AFL, Australian Rules Football, footy as they call it there, and how they lead the passer. Because like one of the commenters said yesterday or today, like, hey, if you pass to somebody who's standing still, that's called a hospital pass. You have to lead them to the open spots, or that person is going to get hurt in footy. And you see it. Giddey's always leading people, even people who are open on the perimeter. He's leading them to a more open spot with a pass. And that's how you have to do it. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt in footy. And in basketball, it results in an open shot much more consistently. You mentioned JWlll, bro. You mentioned JWlll. He had a sequence where he had up and under dipsy do, right? Which we love. He has some of the best of those, right? Just all the English he puts on the ball.
He's so good.
Then he knocked down a three, right? Then he had that bounce pass, backdoor pass. I mean,
then he takes a charge. Then he takes a charge.
What else can you ask from a rookie? Nothing. He's exceeding everything. If you had him as a veteran coming off your bench, you would feel lucky. And here he is as a rookie.
I know, dude.
You can't put a ceiling on his game because he's adding new tools that you can't even fathom.
That's it, man. Like the way that he is understanding the game and the way the game is coming to him so quickly, he is truly spectacular. He's one of a kind. He's not something that we've ever seen before. And I think this is why we go back to having so many draft picks and why it's so important coming up, is because we need to be able to find guys like this in the second round and the late first round, because these are the guys that are going to make the difference in a championship run. JWlll is the difference, man. And if you look at what he's able to do with passing the ball, and, yes, he only had one assist, but the way that he finds that open person, that it was the pump fake, right? And his defender comes flying up, and I think it was Kenny Hustle he found on the baseline, going back door. Like, this is exactly what is so unbelievable about understanding the game, is that he knew that if he pump faked, the defender was going to be forced to come to him and it was going to lead the wide open lane.
Right.
What other rookie at this level understands that and is willing to say, I've got an open shot, I'm going to pump fake it, get my guy out here, I'm going to pass it to Kenny? Because he was doing that the whole time. That was his whole idea of what he wanted to do. It wasn't a shot. He wanted to bring out his defender so he could get a wide open bucket for Kenny.
You're right.
That's what we need, man.
That's what we need, and that starts with the top, right? And you notice one thing that's incredible about Shai, the last time he put up 44 and put a career high up, right? He had, I think, 6 assists. This game, he had 7. And it's important because his passing is getting better. He's finding the open man. He's drawing so much attention. Sometimes he still, if he can get into the paint and he just keeps his dribble alive, he can get to the basket with a third or fourth effort. But then he's learning if he draws at a defender, he can kick the ball. He's trusting his teammates more, and you're seeing it be contagious to the rest of the players, like JWlll, JDUB, Giddey. And Giddey's passing technique, you saw it work with JDUB. JDUB found a backdoor cutter, and it was right off the bounce, one-hand bounce pass. I mean, this is incredible what we're seeing. You have to give so much credit to Coach Dagnall. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, and it goes either way. Like, that's what Coach D and the coaching staff are teaching these guys, that they could pass this bounce pass left-handed or right-handed. Like, I like to be able to see a spot and be like, oh, I got to go left-hand on this pass to get that open spot,
right,
and then do it. It's truly spectacular what they're teaching him. And it goes back to Josh. It goes back to what he's doing. And it's so much more than just the backdoor passes. And it was something I was looking up, a stat was which guards are leading the NBA in offensive rebounds, because Josh's offensive rebounding ability is truly spectacular. And Josh is averaging 2 offensive rebounds a game. All right, guys, think about that. 2 offensive rebounds as a game as a point guard. Okay. Do you know the only person that is considered a guard that is higher than Josh Giddey on offensive rebounds this season is Scotty Barnes? He's a small forward, but I guess you can call him guard because he plays guard minutes. But think about that, guys.
It's nobody.
The only
it's just
person
him.
better than him as considered a guard. And then you go down the list, and it takes a while for you to find another point guard. But guess who else you find out there? Dort.
Really?
You find Dort as an offensive rebounder as one of the top in the league. Okay, you want to find out who's another one? Ready for this, guys? This will surprise you. Aaron Wiggins.
Really?
Aaron Wiggins is a top 10 offensive rebounding guard in the league. Okay,
that
was surprising
me
to
a
me.
bit. But here's the thing: he had one bucket, and it was an offensive rebound, right? And it was a great putback. So if you think about it, he's an opportunistic rebounder. Yeah.
And he had 2 offensive rebounds last night. Okay, we're one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the league. Okay, but we don't have a true center out there. I mean, just think about that. Let that sit in. We're one of the best offensive rebounding teams without a true center. And you think about adding Poku and JRE and then adding Chet. Like, how much better are we going to be at offensive rebounds? Like, how much better? Are we going to be breaking offensive rebound records in the league in the future? I have to say, yeah. I think this is something, if we're proving what we can do with only guards out there and forwards out there, one forward and 4 guards.
Yeah.
And we're destroying everybody. And it's beautiful.
Against the team.
Oh, and huge shout out right now before I forget, because I have it written down right here. Omorari no longer has a 2-way contract. He is we signed him to a multi-year deal. He's going to be in the Oklahoma City Thunder uniform for a while now. This is a big news for us. I'm pretty excited about Omorari doing that. So well done, Omorari.
Yeah.
Keep on the hustle. He didn't play very much today. The 7 minutes that he got pulled out after getting a flagrant 1. I watched the play over and over again, obviously, because they played it a bunch.
He tripped
over his own feet. And that's not on Omari.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't an asshole move. He literally tripped over his own feet and just ran into him. I think it was recognized that. But after that, he didn't get much playing time, which is okay because we really shortened that list of players to JWlll, 18 minutes, Trey Mann, 20, Isaiah Joe, 23 minutes, and Lou Dort, 20. And Isaiah Joe, bro.
Oh, man, 4 for 4.
Like, seriously, guys. Yeah. Unbelievable.
He's hunting his shot, man, like an archer.
Yeah.
That's what I keep thinking.
He needs to get in that 3-point contest, man.
He just, like, the way he releases it. I've seen a lot of people do the archer celebration, but he's the first player that I really think of that actually has, like, the art on his shot, bro. Where it's like a sniper, but sniper/archer, man. I think he's like legit old school, Robin Hood style archer, bro. But anyway, that's just my opinion. This game was remarkable, dude. It was remarkable start to finish. We got to see improvements on everybody, and we're earning a lot of respect around the league. One thing that I appreciate is I listened to the Portland Trailblazers broadcast, and they kept saying, how often do you think the Clippers wish they could undo that trade?
Well, I think that's the thing is, like, how many times do you think, the Hornets wanted to undo the trade for sending Kobe Bryant out? So, like, there's these times in history in the game that people make stupid fucking trades. And this is one of those ones that I think that in time will really prove how dumb it was. They made a champion. They thought they were going to get a championship caliber team out there. And the NBA is changing so dramatically and so drastically. And that's why keeping these picks, right, is so important. Okay, guys, we don't want to trade any of these picks that we've been getting unless we're moving up in the draft in that time. And understanding that and getting through to that is great because you look at what happened to Gary Payton on the 3rd. He got traded to Golden State. And when he got traded to Golden State, he was going through his physical. He failed his physical. And when they found out that he had a core injury and that the Portland training staff has been pushing him through that injury and that got worse because of it, right? Mm-hmm. You start recognizing what Oklahoma City Thunder are doing so powerfully. They're taking care of their players. They're minimizing their minutes. They're making sure that they're healthy out there, not pushing them through a slight injury and making it worse. Because Gary Payton, his career could be fucked. We watched this happen with Clay. We watched this happen with KD. We watched it happen with Isaiah Thomas. These guys, right, deserve the best. And that's why Oklahoma City Thunder is continuing to do that.
Crazy game, big win. We get out of Portland on a 138-129 final. We win 2 out of 3 on the road trip that saw LeBron James set the all-time scoring record, and we also saw the Golden State Warriors really teach us a lesson that I think we learned in a really big way. It's a game about runs. and we got out of there with the biggest run of the game in the fourth quarter for the win, bro. I mean, I love this road trip. I love this team.
33-9, bro. Come on.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you're not pumped up about this, man, then you're not a Thunder fan. And then why the fuck are you joining us?
Listen. If you guys want to watch anything, and you can only watch a certain amount of the time on the game, watch the last 2.5 or 3 minutes of the game. Okay? It will get you off your seat. It will get you excited. It will
make sure you see the JDUB dunk.
Those fans were going crazy, bro.
I know, dude.
Make sure you watch. That was another playoff atmosphere.
The SGA dunk. How about that dunk, dude? Let's talk about that. Where he goes whoop over the guy's head and then just like whoop. And dude, I mean, he doesn't have like the explosiveness, but that reminded me of Michael Jordan in the smoothness of the motion and then the elevation at the end. It was like, dude, man, it reminded me of Mike.
I hear you with Mike, right? But I think of Clyde Drexler when he would dunk and it would just be like, oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Like, where did that come from? Like, that's what I thought about that is, Clyde was so brilliant of getting to the, close to the hoop and just jumping up and getting it in.
Clyde the glide, right? And that's what it looked like, bro. You're right. He was like gliding. Like Shai,
it was beautiful.
Gliding through the air after he fakes somebody out and puts the ball way over his head. Exactly. Like a fucking superhero, bro. Man. This is a game that everybody should feel pumped up about. Obviously, we're going to miss Moose, but even
future is bright with JWlll.
Exactly. And JRE's on his way back. Poku's on his way back. Man, some of these guys
did you see that
out of minutes. What's up?
That interview with Shai last night after the game?
I did not see it yet, bro.
Okay, all right. So Shai is interviewing with Nick Allo, all right?
Yeah.
And he's answering the question, and behind him walks up Poku and dumps water on Shai.
Oh, I got to see it, bro.
No, it's hilarious. This is what happens, all right? If you guys haven't seen it, Shai turns around and goes, "What the fuck was that for?" Or "What the hell was that for?" He's like, he goes, "Because he scored 44 points." And he's like, "Come on, Poku. You got to get back already, man. You got too much time on your hands."
All right, dude.
It's great,
I'm watching it right after I get done here, dude. Hey, we appreciate you guys joining us. We will see you next time. Thunder up, everybody.